Good morning, YouTubers. I wanted to go over a few things. I've been noticing some posts lately about zombie gear and zombie survival gear and survival gear in general. I want to do kind of my own, more like survival gear on a budget, because most of us don't have a lot of money these days. I know I don't. I live paycheck to paycheck. I don't get a lot of the special things, and I might eventually someday, but you never know. But for right now, I'm living paycheck to paycheck like most people. I don't have a lot of money to spend on survival gear. Usually I don't even consider it that. I consider it just everyday usage for the outdoors. But I want something that's going to last, but it can also double as survival gear. You know, it's nice to see all these survival shows where you see some guy at the end hold up a knife and go, "This is the knife I use for everything." Then you go online and check out the price of that knife, and it costs more than a car payment or close to a car payment or a car insurance payment, what have you. So I've been putting together a few things the last couple of years anyways, and I wanted to go through and show off a few of these that you can get for next to nothing. You don't need to spend a lot of money on what you would consider survival gear. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on stuff. First thing I'm going to go over is this. This is a Ontario U.S. Army Airforce survival knife. This is American made. This is made, by Ontario. They've been making this same knife for 40 years. It's a 5-inch blade. It's a heavy blade. It's got a nice sawback on it. It has a really good sturdy handle, 5-inch blade. It's a little nicer to me than a K-bar because it's smaller. It's a little more portable. This is a pretty sturdy knife. I've had this for a while now. Comes with a sheath, which comes with a sharpening stone. These run about $40 on eBay. Don't let anybody try to sell you these things for $75 or $80 because you can get them a lot cheaper. And this thing, I've used this on a lot. It will do whatever you want it to do. It will hold up. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a knife. This knife I got secondhand. This is a hunting knife, but it can double as survival knife. This is a Randall. Good knife, made in Germany. This knife's about 60 years old. I bought it secondhand at a gun show for $50, but you can get them a lot cheaper. If you've got to buy a new knife, I suggest something like Blind Horse. This is one of their smaller knives. It's a patch knife, but they have everything up to some of their nicer survival knives. They're a little more pricey. They're kind of out of my price range because they start over $100, but you can get a few of them for around $50 or $60. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a knife. Don't let anyone tell you differently. As far as like a real nice tool, this is my Bridgeport hatchet. I picked this up at a garage sale almost 2 years ago, and this thing is a beast. Boy Scouts used to use these. This used to be a typical Boy Scout hatchet. Some of them you'll see have the markings on them. This one doesn't, but it's a one-piece metal handle with a wood fitted to it. This thing is heavy and it's strong and it is sharp. I got this thing, it was already sharpened. I haven't had to touch it. I got it for $30 with the sheath at a garage sale. I see them on eBay all the time. $30 or $35. I have used this thing and I can't tell you how strong this hatchet is. It's better than anything I've seen new on the market. You don't need anything better. This little satchel right here, this is an Israeli Army rucksack. It's canvas, it's heavy duty. I got it for $9. $9. And I see them all the time for anywhere from $9 to $15. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a rucksack. Don't go out and buy something that's $65, $70 because it's got a name on it like LL Bean or whatever, what have you. $9, $15. Maybe another $5 or $6 with shipping. Compass. I don't use GPS. Don't own one. I've had a compass like this now for 15 years. Don't need anything else. Because GPS runs on batteries. Batteries die. Nice little eating tool like this. Nice little survival tool. Got a couple of things for hex nuts. $6. Handgun. Ruger Blackhawk 357 Magnum. Why do I like this gun? Because it shoots 38 special. It shoots everything. A lot of guys like 44 Magnum. That's nice if you want to kill big game. And that's about it. I can shoot any small game, big game, anything up here with 357 Magnum down to the lightest 38 special. You don't need a big, expensive rifle. That gun, most times you can get them for around $350. Survival mirror. I got this one secondhand. This was my grandfather's. Made by General Electric. I see these all the time for like $5, $6 online. You don't need to spend a lot of money on your survival gear. Don't let anybody tell you different. Don't let a magazine article tell you different. Don't let some video or some TV show tell you different. There's nothing here that you really can't afford on a decent budget. The compass was under $10. The handgun, that one is a little more expensive because it's older and it's in nicer shape. You don't have to get one that nice. Just because the finish isn't perfect doesn't mean the gun won't work. I see a lot of guys that have a nice blue shiny gun. If you're going to get a rifle, I suggest something simple. You AR-15 guys, I know you like the gun. Nothing wrong with the gun. Nothing wrong with it at all. Except if it breaks. If there's something on it that breaks or something it needs and you have nowhere to go, no gun shop, no gunsmith in a survival situation, you're out of trouble. You're really up a creek. Get a Winchester Model 94 and 30-30 if you want something that's a repeater. They're absolutely dead reliable. Good caliber. Kill small game with it. Kill big game with it. I know a lot of guys that kill squirrels and rabbits with them. Grouse. Bullet tends to go right through without even stopping. Nice neat little hole. One way in, one way out. You don't need an expensive rifle. If the lever action's not your thing, little H&R handy rifle. Make them in a variety of calibers. I suggest something with sights, open sights. Because if you damage your scope glass and you've got nothing to fix it in a survival situation, you're again out of luck. Get something, again, they make them in 30-30. You can find a lot of the older ones in pistol calibers. I recently saw a nice 12-gauge H&R single shot. They call it the old Buck model. It was 24-inch barrel, fully rifled sights, improved cylinder choke. You can shoot anything through it. Slugs, buckshot, birdshot. It was $125 used in the gun shop. You can't beat prices like that even today's market. And 12-gauge ammo is still fairly common. 22 being as hard as it is right now to get, I wouldn't recommend a 22. If you do have one, I get a single shot. I mean, semi-autos are nice, but those little single shot bolt actions, I've had them for years. They're a great gun. You can't kill them. But you don't need to spend a lot of money on your survival gear. So again, go out there, look for the deals. Go to garage sales. Go to gun shows. I usually don't go to gun shows for guns. I go for knives and any like cheap survival gear. Go online. You see some stuff on eBay. Some guy's selling it. It's not a shop. It's usually his own stuff. Selling it for a lot less than anybody else. Go to an Army Navy store. Go to garage sales. Look around. Look around. You can find this stuff. It's out there. I recently bought a nice all-wool snow cap at a garage sale. Never used. 25 cents. I'm not kidding. 25 cents. This stuff is out there. Go look. Don't spend a lot of money. And put your stuff away and hold on to it as best you can because times are getting tough and they're getting tougher and guys are looking for this stuff. So again, go out, look, buy cheap, and look around.